Hey guys, in this video I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the new eSIM card registration, which took effect yesterday, the 27th, and also some immigration news. Stick around. All right guys, so as a lot of you already know, the eSIM card, or excuse me, as a lot of you already know, the SIM card registration rolled out yesterday. If you don't know about that, real quick, what it is if you come to the Philippines and you wanted to get a SIM card and a Philippines phone number, as of yesterday, the 27th, any new card that you get, you have to register online with either Smart, Globe, or Dito, and in order for it to work. So it won't be activated until you submit your documentation, including a copy of your ID, I think like a passport. Now, if you are a foreigner already living here or a Filipino, then and you had your SIM card prior to December 27th, you have 180 days to get that, submit your information and have it activated before it becomes deactivated. Now, a problem already has occurred. The first day it rolled out, there's too much traffic to the websites, Globe and Smart, and they were crashing. And so you got problems there. And also, a lot of people in the Philippines don't have IDs. And this is a major problem too. So I don't know how they're going to have to go through a family member or somebody who has a ID, or they're going to have to get down and get a postal ID or something, but that is going to be an issue. So I don't know nothing has really come out on how many SIM cards you can register under one person's name, so I don't know what will happen there. A lot of foreigners are saying, oh, I'm not going to deal with it, I'll just have my girlfriend register it. So we don't know exactly what's going on. Everything's still kind of really confusing. What will happen though, and they're already talking about, well, we may have to extend the 180 days if need be. So they're already like expecting delays and everything. Now they say that they're doing this to prevent cyber scams and hacking and phishing and all those type of things. So anyway, I'll have to register too. I'm not even going to worry about it till I get closer to the deadline, because I still, who knows what will happen with this before I have to submit my information. I'm just going to wait on it for a little bit. But at some point, I do need a Philippines phone number, so I will have to go ahead and do it. Now, for people who are coming out here, maybe in the past, a lot of people would come out here and they would just get a SIM card and say, because they were here for a month and they thought maybe it's a little bit handy. No longer, if you're coming out here for just a month or even a couple of months, would I even bother? Most places now in the Philippines has Wi-Fi. When I first came out here, I think in 2015, you were hard pressed to find any place that had Wi-Fi, except for maybe your hotel or home service yourself. But now, really every restaurant, coffee shop, and everywhere you go, the mall, they're all starting to get the Wi-Fi access. So you could use your WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Skype, whatever. You don't really need a Philippines phone number if you're just visiting. Now, if you're going to move here, then you probably do, because to set up a bank account and you want to set up GCash and just a variety of other different things, it's kind of important to have a SIM card. So bear in mind, if you're just coming out for a month or two, I wouldn't even bother at this point. So I wouldn't even worry about the law. Just really for people moving out here or are here living already. Second thing I was going to mention is the Bureau of Immigration is now saying by the end of December that you will be able to register, that you'll be able to extend your visa online if you're here short term on a tourist visa. Now, I didn't really see any clarification on how long. So I don't know if that means you can only extend a month and maybe only a few times, and then you would have to go in person. I don't know. Maybe you can do the whole 3 years. Maybe you can't do 6 month extensions. Maybe you can just do 2 month. We still need clarification on that. But that will be a real game changer where you can just go online, because you might be in an area visiting a Filipina, girlfriend and her family, and there's no immigration around. So for you to be able to get online, and submit your information and payment and be able to extend your visa without having to go down there, that's pretty handy. So that is some major news. So again, I don't know what that's going to entail and how long you can extend. I don't know if you can go all the way to the 3 year mark. I don't know if you can just do 1 month extensions or 2 month. I don't know yet, and I'll update you when I do know something. There is also talk that as of right now, you have to leave the Philippines. If you've stayed here 6 months or longer, you have to do an exit clearance, and I find it a little bit invasive. So a lot of people, a lot of foreigners like to just leave every 6 months if they're on a tourist visa and avoid it. It's not that it's expensive or anything, or even really that time consuming. It takes a couple of days usually. But I don't really like it. So, but I've heard that immigration's going to make it, if you stay past the visa free mark of 30 days, then you would have to do that exit clearance, and then there's going to be no way around it. Now the exit clearance, let me back up just for those of you who don't know. You can stay in the Philippines up to 3 years on a tourist visa just by simply extending. When you fly here, you get 30 days upon arrival, visa free. You do need to show, a ticket leaving within 30 days. I recommend Onward Ticket. There's a link down in the description. And you don't have to leave. You can just keep extending. You just keep extending. And if you're here more than 6 months, you have to do an exit clearance. And you would go to immigration to do that. Now, between 6 months and 1 year, you don't have to go to immigration. You can actually, on your way out of the country, as long as if you're here more than 6 months but less than 1 year, when you're going through Cebu or Manila, you can actually just pay your fee at immigration at the airport and be able to leave. And that's all that's to it. Now, if you're over 1 year, then you have to go through the Bureau of Immigration office, and then you would have to do it through them. Now, at the 3 year mark, you would have to leave the Philippines, and then you can return, and the whole clock starts over again. Now, a lot of people, like I said, including myself, don't really like the exit clearance thing. So a lot of people choose to leave at 6 months or just before 6 months and avoid it. And at the same time, it gives you the ability to go see other parts of Southeast Asia that maybe you weren't, maybe you would feel lazy and you wouldn't want to go do. But because of this exit clearance, a lot of people don't like it, and they choose to just go and explore or go visit another city for a couple of days, and then they come back and the whole clock starts over again. Some people, it's because it's not too invasive. If it's less than 1 year, it's not too much of a hassle. You can just do the exit clearance at the airport. So that's another way you can do it as well. But whatever way you do it, you can't stay more than 3 years if you're on a tourist visa. I don't see that changing anytime in the near future, but you never know. It is quite unusual for a country to just let a tourist stay 3 years, leave, and come back. A lot of countries are much more strict. Malaysia, Vietnam, forget about it. It's like 30 days and they want you gone already. You can exit into Cambodia, come back. It's making it really hard for the digital nomads. Now, unless you're there on a work visa teaching English or something, it's a real hassle. It's not even worth it. And maybe at some point they will rethink it. I don't know. Thailand isn't so bad. There's ways around it. But yeah, but that's some of the news coming out with the SIM card, in the immigration, with being able to register, extend your visa online. They say that that's going to be by the end of this month. I haven't seen it yet. We're on the 28th, so we're pretty close to the end of the month here, and I haven't seen it yet. Let's see what happens. I'll have to talk to them. But if you can do it online, extend your visa, that's going to put a lot of places out of business or severely hurt them. Companies like JRC, who process visas, a big part of their work is just people who don't feel like going into the immigration office or standing in line or filling out the paperwork. They just go, myself included. I go into JRC. I pay, an extra 500 to 1,000 pesos or so for these offices. Sign a piece of paper, and they drop off your passport, and they say, okay, pick it up tomorrow afternoon. And they've already went and done, they've did everything with immigration for you, and it saves you some time and standing in line and all of that. Well, if you can just extend online, then that's going to hurt them. Then they're down to just doing processing marriage visas, retirement visas, and other things like that. So anyway, just some information that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys have any questions or comments, comment down below. As always, check out my website for a lot more information on blogs, tickets, all kinds of things. geointhephilippines.com. Thank you so much. Bye.